there, record there, re-record. Is this right? Everything right? Yeah. Okay, we live right now. Today is Sunday, September 8th. I was about to say August 2024. We're moving, grooving throughout the year. We've been busy. We've been doing our thing. And before anybody tunes off, this is about value in a weird, twisted way. Some reason it always turns around back to YouTube, but this is something I need to talk about anyway. We'll see how we really do this thing. I'm back with the black foam. The red one was real. I really did like the red one, but we're going to see if we can play around with that a little bit more and all that good stuff. I'm going to lower down the headphone volume. Okay. So there we go. I think I can still hear myself, but we're doing pretty good right now. Amazon's doing this thing, almost there, but kind of not, to figure out inventory, how I can add inventory separately to each item. May look at it a little bit today as we figure things out. I did ask the representative, but I'll just play around with what I'm needing to do, or just try to play around with the stuff that I know how to do. Probably watch a crap video from Amazon, and we'll go from there. But once we're there, the next goal is to get reviews. 4 to 5 star reviews. That's all we want. So it's going to be really interesting how we go about that. It's a couple things we got planned in general, but we got to work the system one thing at a time in front of me. I'm not gonna lie, I was burnt out. I've been burnt out the past couple of days. I've been busy, moving and grooving, getting this video out, getting that video out. I'm gonna work on that video today or tomorrow. No, I need to work on it today. See, again, it's a lot of things that I am wanting to do and all that stuff, but it's one of those things to where I need to understand that I will get them done. Things will work out. And as we get them worked out, we're going to be good. Like, for instance, I did essentially 2 real videos in the past couple of days. And yeah, I'm still figuring things out. I'm seeing what people like, what they don't like, kind of just putting things out there and enjoying the process. But other than that, there we go. That's what I'm doing. What's up, big dog? Big dog. She's gorgeous. Love her. It's interesting. I love this dog. Love the other dog too. It's interesting when I watch YouTube videos, people say, I love this thing, I love that thing, and they're talking about like gadgets and stuff. Which, I mean, if it helps, it helps. But I get it. I get it. Yeah. So eventually you'll see this recording. I haven't released any of my like video podcasts. I actually do the audio and the video at the same time. Oh shit. Wait. Something's not right. Oh, see, I'm going to have to match this. Okay. There we go. Interesting. Oh yeah, this one's going to definitely have to get matched. But again, it's cool because I have a backup where I record on my, wait, there we go. So now I have a backup where I record on my audio interface recorder, soon to be the Procaster, Podcaster, whatever it's called, in the next couple of weeks. And then I do a line out so I can also record this stuff. But I sync it, well, I'm going to have to sync it this time. I have to replace the audio. I'm going to have to make a note to make sure that I replace the audio with that because it's going to have to be synced. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. Got everything that I need and all that good stuff. Everything is recording anyway. And now everybody hears me. But like I said, I do the audio and the video at the same time. So eventually these will go out. I just have to figure out a game plan for those podcasts, those video podcasts. Play around with the graphics and all that good stuff. And then as we do that, we're just going to get better at this. And that's what we're doing. We're just getting better. So I'm hoping to do getting these podcasts on the road soon. Don't get me wrong, I love doing them by myself, but something about like talking to people about what they're going through and what they like. And it's interesting to kind of play around with that idea, that notion, that logic and all that good stuff. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about right now. If that makes any type of material type of sense. I'm sure it doesn't because I tend to ramble. So I got my new grinder. It's a $70, $80 grinder. They had a little coupon, so it was like $11. But in truth, it's $80 hand grinder. The Kin grinder. I would show you it, but I'm not going to unbox it. I want to do probably a video about that. Two videos. One, just kind of unboxing my first impressions of it. And then two, a really cool off the bean road type of review that's not really a review, but something that's helpful, value to people. And it's interesting when I say that just now. I don't know if I'm going to get into a topic right now. Is that I'm a lone wolf. I really am. I tend to do a lot of things by myself. I like expressing myself, so to speak. I like challenging myself. I like motivating myself. I'm a self starter. And the whole value thing is kind of weird to me or new to me just because I don't need that type of motivation. And now that I'm, behind the screen giving information as a person of knowing, it's one of those things to where I'm like, oh, how is this helpful to others? Because that's essentially what the word value means. How is this helpful to others? And if we don't know how it's helpful to others, it's almost like, why are we really doing this? And it can be helpful to just one person. It really can. But when you think about it that way, you kind of pause a little bit and think about like the video, the concept, the what you're really truly doing. There's been many videos already in the span of 8 months that I put out that I wouldn't say that they're selfish. They're more so like, this is a video I want to do. And don't get me wrong, I do like to do videos that I want to do. But now I think, or I have to think about, how is this truly helpful to others? What does that really mean? Because that's the biggest takeaway. I think that's the biggest thing that I need to understand the most of anything. Because people come to YouTube, people go to your website to get something out of it. And I've talked about this before, but I know that majority of the people that do come to me, they're going to come to me for a tip, for a trick, for insight, probably to buy my coffee, probably not. They probably use eventually a affiliate link. But for the most part, people are coming to me for something. They're not really coming for me. And yes, eventually, yes, they kind of see my personality. They kind of see what I'm doing, what I'm focused on, and the things that I care about and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they care about themselves. And that's the thing that we have to realize, is that when people truly, really care about what they're doing and how helpful you are to them, then that's where the value is. That's the definition of value, giving something to people. And I have to remember that. I have to remember that now, especially now as when I do my videos. It's like, okay, how is this truly helpful to others? For instance, I'll give you like a little snapshot of the situation that I was dealing with yesterday. I have the Kino grinder. James Hoffman, the coffee guy, the UK guy who's very knowledgeable, knows his stuff. He is the guy on YouTube. There's a couple more people that are on YouTube. And the thing about it is that how can I really do a video on something he's already talked about? How can it be helpful to majority of the people out there? And who's my target audience? Those are the type of things that I think about. I put a video out about 2 weeks ago, a week and a half, something like that, about a hand grinder. This hand grinder was $15. Complete crap. And it was interesting because You can watch it for 2 minutes and you got the information, or you can give the rundown of what I thought about the actual grinder. But I believe I was giving value. And now with this new grinder that's 3-4 times the price, what are we really doing now? The reason why I'm saying that is because I did a poll and some people were like, nah, don't do a poll. I mean, don't go down the realm of the Commandite, which is a $300 grinder, which with time I will get, just because I need to know what people are truly going through and getting at, and seeing if, I mean, but yeah, again, it comes back down to the audience. And the audience are some people that have gone deep into the rabbit hole. Probably they don't want to grow anymore, as we talked about before. Or is electric grinder just good enough? Because truthfully, I like electric grinder. Worst case scenario, you can get a grinder for $150 Encore Baratza, which that's the one I started with. That's the one I had with my coffee club, and I gave that to them. But when does it stop? I guess that's the thing about this. And I think for the most part, it could actually stop with this grinder. But who truly really wants to grind coffee? Those are some of the things that I'm thinking about wrestling around with an idea or logic, because I don't want to do the same type of review. I can't do that. It's going to be the same thing. I've already watched that video. That's why lately I don't tend to watch much coffee related YouTube videos. So no matter if I try to not make that video, so to speak, I am like shadowing that video. And it's not just about views. It's about being helpful. What do I have to say about this grinder that another person hasn't said already that's going to be truly helpful to people? It's X hundred thousands of views on that video. So more than likely, anybody that probably listens to mine has watched that one, and probably watched a couple of other ones. Probably read a lot of reviews on Amazon. What information can I give that's going to be extremely helpful? Who am I to tell this information? What type of things do I have in particular? Hey, what kind of things do I have in particular that's going to be of help and of benefit to people who watch the video that I'm planning to create? That's the saga. That's the thing that I go through now. That's more so me thinking about the topic a little bit more than saying, okay, I'm just going to do a video. And don't get me wrong, those are good too. I like those videos too, because sometimes you just want to get things off your chest, and if you have a moment in time to just say what you want to, and it's talking to your target market, and for some reason it is of value, then that's great. But now I'm thinking about the topic. I'm thinking about the topic. I am focusing. Huh? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, go ahead. I'm thinking about the topic. I'm seeing if it's a waste of my time. Because truthfully, if it's a waste of my time, then it's kind of a waste of your time. You're not going to watch it. You're not going to get that value. So it's more of a like a slow down type of process. It's more like a methodical way of thinking about the video. I don't know if I like it, but I think it's going to be more of a real video. And I still haven't gotten the idea about the topic. I think it's going to be more so about flavor and extraction, and probably picking two coffees, probably like my Brazilian and another coffee, something that's like basic and easy and fun, a crowd pleaser. And then there's going to be another one to where it's going to be a far out there coffee, something like that. I don't know. I have to think this through. And if it takes a couple of days for me to kind of think about an idea to give to you of value, then that's what it takes. And I think that's the thing about this more than anything. And let's see if we can kind of tie it in, go back and go from there, and then kind of end this and everything. Because truthfully, I think I talked about the topic that I want to talk about, but I want to start off with another topic. But we're going to see how we can like intertwine it together and kind of play around with it that way, and to see of how it's going to be a benefit to you as we talk about value. It's a once upon a time ago, like I'm rapping. I think it was 2022. Somebody put out something on my LinkedIn, and I was like, oh, I need this. So I started doing research and figuring out who this person was. It's like a coffee marketing guy. Interesting. I need that. I am struggling. I need help. I need to progress my business forward, right? And I reached out to him. He reached out to me. We chatted here and there. Everything sounded great. Talked to my wife about it. And then we started to do a trial period, started to work with each other. And it's about helping grow my business that wasn't doing or growing anywhere. He had so many ideas, so many thoughts and expertise. And I was like, don't get me wrong, I was still skeptical, but I was like, yes, I need this. This is exactly what I need. I did see the value in what he was doing for me, setting this up, sending some emails out, kind of coaching and prodding me to focus on Instagram and this and that and blah, 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 blah. It was helpful in the beginning. But then when money was coming through from my account to his account, I started to notice a pattern. It would be quiet for a couple of days, even a week. And then when it got closer to the time of payment, that's when he'll just rush and do things that I've mentioned before. It pissed me off. And he knew that I was about to end this. You can always tell when somebody's about to fire you. Talked to my wife about it. She was there at some of the meetings. And she was like, I don't care what he says. I don't believe crap he says. It doesn't matter. We're not making money. We're spending money on him. We're spending money on these tools, these software. And then I also have to work it, which is fine. But the thing about it was, I kept asking or thinking about what the hell is going on here. I'm spending a lot of money. I think I spent close to 10 grand with websites, with brochures that didn't go anywhere, with spammy type of Instagram post, and 1 or 2 orders from LinkedIn. That wouldn't even cover like a month's worth of payment I was making to this guy. I gotta say, the best part though was that the logo's fantastic. The logo is amazing. I did pay for that separately too. Remember that. And as we kept on going and talking about the situation at hand and truly really trying to understand what we were trying to do, it got to the point where I was like, dude, we're done. He said he didn't see it coming. But I think now that I think about it in hindsight is that the thing that I was struggling with the most was like, where was the value? What was I getting out of this? See, the value for me really was like a real, like, sustainable type of cash flow coming in with the likes, with the spammy messages, with me always responding to people on LinkedIn and it not really going anywhere. It got old quick. And then anytime where it came to the point of like doing something extra, that was additional money. And then it got to the point where I started to push back. I said, nah, we don't need that. No, I'm not giving a discount. No, I'm not doing this. Because the effort that we're putting out to create value for others wasn't really working. I know things take time. I'm witnessing that right now with my Instagram posts, with my Medium posts now, with me going back and forth with some videos here and there on YouTube and LinkedIn and trying to push it out and podcasting. I know it takes time, but it wasn't working. There's no value. I didn't see it, and it really started to piss me off. So I stopped it. He was surprised, but truthfully, he shouldn't have been surprised. He saw that on the wall. He knew he probably had like a month or two to kind of push the fairy tale message that he was so good at doing. But guess what? I learned so much from that situation. I learned that you don't bullshit people. Tell them how it is. You tell them that, hey, this is the things that we're working on right now. This is where our focus is. And this are the things that we're going to do. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And truthfully, if it doesn't work, probably it's okay for us to like part ways and just keep it pushing. And that's fine. He didn't do that. He was just trying to get as much money as possible. Cared about his bottom line, which is fine. I had to start caring about my bottom line. Shit wasn't working. Pardon the French, but it wasn't working. So I think about that moment all the time. It was interesting. After I ended that marketing relationship, I started to think about what I wanted to do for my coffee business, how I wanted it to look, the focus, the drive, the thing that will really propel it forward. And then, out of the blue moon, somebody gives me a call or texts me and says, "Hey, how was this person?" I was tactful about it. As you can see, I'm tactful about it right now. You don't know who I'm talking about, and I'm not going to do that. But I was just real about it with him. I was like, "Hey, man, this worked. This didn't work. This is a situation. Just letting you know that, it wasn't as helpful, as beneficial as it may have seemed. And you should watch out." Just saying. And let it be. Never contacted him again. He never contacted me again. It seemed like he still went through it. It sounded too good to be true. But whatever. That's not my problem. That's his situation. And good luck to him. I think it was last year sometime. Something like that. But I bring that up because it really propelled me forward to really understand what value means, at least me personally. And now that I'm doing this YouTube thing and then eventually Amazon, that's the thing that I think about. That's the thing that kind of drives me forward and keeps me moving in a way to where I have to think about things now. I just can't just do things because this is business. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you. It's about what you care about, what you're deeply concerned about, how you're trying to do better in your life, if it is, or dealing with coffee in some way, some fashion. That's the thing that keeps me up at night. Again, don't keep me up at night, but I think about it constantly. Those are the things or concerns that I try to focus on because at the end of the day, that's what you care about. Same thing with my kids. They care about me. They love me. They care about shit. They care about stuff. They want to go on trips. They care about what's in front of them. And that's the thing about all of this stuff. And it's cool to really just be in a place of understanding in the real word of what value is. I can write it down. I think I said 2 or 3 different definitions of value. But at the end of the day, it's just helping people in whatever the hell they're going through. And by me being me, by the things that I know and the things that I'm putting out there, the knowledge that I have enough information in order to give people the things that they need. So that's me kind of tying all this into the value question. Just helping people. That's what it is. And we're figuring this out slowly and surely. And once we keep doing that, I think that's going to be a benefit to everybody. And then once we keep doing that, we're going to understand what value truly, really means. And once we do that, it's going to be helpful and to everybody. And that's all we can do. So that's what I got for you. I hope that you enjoyed this one. This one was a little different. And a lot of times when you hear value, it's like, value. Okay, whatever. I went through that too. And I truly, really understand it even more so. And I hope to continue to understand what value really is as I go through my every day to try to help you out. So that's with me out. This is Oki out, signing out. Talk to you later. If you have any questions, comments, insights, ideas for either podcasts, ideas, video ideas, if you made it this far, then let me know. Talk to you later. Bye.